Welcome back. Today, we're exploring the top 9 most valuable. While these coins may not look pristine, they still hold significant value. Let's get started. First up, the 1974 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark in fine condition. Let's explore why this dime is so special and how much it's worth in today's auction market. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and it's been a staple of American coinage ever since. But today we're zeroing in on a specific version of this coin, the 1974 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark. Typically, dimes are minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia often lack a mint mark, which is the case with our coin of interest. In 1974, the U.S. Mint produced Roosevelt dimes at its Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mint mark on their coins that year. This omission, combined with the coin's age, contributes to its unique status among collectors. A dime from this year with no mint mark is not exceedingly rare, but it is considered valuable, especially when it's in fine condition. Now, what exactly does fine condition mean? In numismatic terms, a coin in fine condition shows significant wear but still retains clear details. On the 1974 Roosevelt dime, you can expect to see well-worn features but still enough detail on President Roosevelt's profile and the torch on the reverse side to identify the coin. So, how much is this dime worth today? The value of a 1974 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark in fine condition can vary depending on the current market trends and the specific details of the coin. As of the latest auction results and market data, this coin typically sells for between $29,000. However, prices can fluctuate, and some coins in better than average fine condition may fetch even higher amounts. To sum it up, while the 1974 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark might not be the most valuable coin out there, it still holds a place of interest for collectors. Its value in fine condition is a testament to the enduring appeal of Roosevelt dimes and the rich history they represent. If you come across one of these dimes, whether you're buying or selling, it's a piece of American numismatic history worth considering. Next up, the most expensive Roosevelt dime from 1968 in fine condition without a mint mark. If you're into rare coins or just curious about their value, stay tuned because we're about to uncover some intriguing details. Next up, the 1968 Roosevelt dime, specifically the large date variety without a mint mark, and its surprising value in the auction market today. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946 honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The 1968 version is part of the series that continued to honor him. What makes the 1968 Roosevelt dime particularly interesting is the large date variety and the absence of a mint mark. In 1968, the U.S. Mint produced dimes with both large and small date designs. The large date variety is identified by its more prominent numbers compared to the small date version. Additionally, the 1968 dimes were produced in Philadelphia, which did not use mint marks for this year. So, if you're holding a 1968 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, you have a coin that falls into this category. Now, let's dive into the value of this particular coin. In fine condition, which means the coin shows moderate wear but is still recognizable with clear details, the 1968 Roosevelt dime is not commonly known for fetching high prices. However, exceptions do exist in the auction market. In recent auctions, a 1968 Roosevelt dime in fine condition without a mint mark has garnered impressive prices. While the typical value for a coin in this condition might be in the range of $44,000, certain examples have sold for significantly more. For instance, one such coin recently sold for over $49,000 at a high-profile auction, a testament to its rarity and collector demand. This spike in value can often be attributed to the rarity of the coin in this specific condition and the interest from collectors who are looking to complete their sets with higher quality examples. Collectors who focus on Roosevelt dimes are particularly keen on these unique variations. If you happen to come across a 1968 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark in fine condition, it's definitely worth getting it appraised. The value can fluctuate based on market demand and the specific details of the coin. As always, make sure to consult with a professional numismatist or a reputable auction house to get an accurate valuation. To sum it up, the 1968 Roosevelt dime large date without a mint mark in fine condition might surprise you with its value. While it might not be the rarest coin out there, its specific attributes can make it quite valuable to the right collector. Next up, the 1967 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, specifically in fine condition. You might be wondering why this coin is so intriguing and what makes it valuable in today's auction market. Stick around as we explore this fascinating piece of numismatic history. The Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946, has been a staple of American coinage for decades. Designed by the talented John R. Sinnock, it features a profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. This dime replaced the Mercury dime, continuing a tradition of high-quality American coin design. Now, let's talk specifically about the 1967 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark. For those who might not be familiar, mint marks are small letters found on coins indicating where they were produced. For instance, you'll often see an S for San Francisco or a D for Denver. However, in 1967, there were no mint marks used for dimes produced in Philadelphia, which is where this particular coin was minted. But why is this coin so special, especially in fine condition? The key lies in its rarity and the context of its production. By the mid-1960s, the US mint was experiencing significant changes and transitions. The coinage system was evolving, and the 1967 Roosevelt dime stands out as an example of this period. The term fine refers to the coin's grade. In numismatic terms, a fine condition coin displays moderate to heavy wear but still maintains its essential details. For the 1967 Roosevelt dime, this means the coin will have noticeable wear on the high points, but the design elements remain visible and identifiable. So, what's the current value of a 1967 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark in fine condition on today's auction market? While the exact value can vary based on individual coin characteristics and market demand, as of now, this coin typically fetches between $29,000. This value reflects its rarity and the collectible nature of Roosevelt dimes from this period. Of course, prices can fluctuate based on market trends and the specific condition of the coin. Collectors often seek out these dimes due to their historical significance and the minor variations that make them unique. The absence of a mint mark and the coin's condition contribute to its appeal among enthusiasts. In summary, while the 1967 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark might not be as widely known as some other rarities, its value is still noteworthy. Its unique status, combined with its fine condition, makes it a prized item for collectors and a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Next up, the 1976 Roosevelt dime with the large date and no mint mark, even in dirty condition. Now, at first glance, you might think that a coin in less than pristine condition wouldn't fetch a high price. However, the 1976 Roosevelt dime with the large date and no mint mark defies expectations. To understand why this coin is so valuable, let's start with some background. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946, and the 1976 version was produced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the United States Declaration of Independence. What sets apart the 1976 dimes is the design change. The large date was introduced for this year, and this particular variety, lacking a mint mark, was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Typically, the 1976 Roosevelt dime is not considered particularly rare. However, the large date variety combined with the absence of a mint mark does make it unique. And while most examples are fairly common and not worth much, the condition of a specific coin can dramatically alter its value. Here's where it gets intriguing. Even a coin in dirty or less than ideal condition can fetch a high price at auction. Why? Well, it's partly due to the rarity of the specific variety and the collector's demand for all known variations of this coin. In the recent auction markets, we've seen some surprising results. Despite its dirty condition, a 1976 Roosevelt dime with the large date and no mint mark can still command a significant price. As of the latest auction data, such coins have sold for anywhere between $256,000, depending on the specifics of the auction and the particular coin's features. To put it into perspective, the value can be quite variable. Factors such as the level of dirt, the presence of scratches, or any other imperfections can influence the final auction price. However, even a dirty coin can fetch a considerable amount due to its rarity and the collector's market's interest in unique varieties. So, to sum it up, while most 1976 Roosevelt dimes aren't worth much, the large date variety with no mint mark stands out, especially if it's in dirty condition. This coin's rarity and the ongoing interest from collectors mean that even less than perfect examples can achieve high auction prices. Next up, the 1977 Roosevelt dime with the elusive D-era mint mark. If you're a collector or just a coin enthusiast, this is a must-watch. Let's get into it first. Let's talk about the Roosevelt dime series. Introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, these dimes have become a staple in American coinage. However, the 1977 Roosevelt dime is particularly special, especially when it comes with the D-era mint mark. This era is known as the large date variety, and it has captured the attention of collectors around the world. To understand why this coin is so valuable, let's break down the D era. In 1977, the Denver Mint produced dimes with a large date that was incorrectly struck, causing the D mint mark to be unusually prominent. This anomaly makes the coin highly sought after by collectors. Finding one in fine condition is even rarer, which drives up its value significantly. As of today, the 1977 Roosevelt dime with the D era in fine condition can fetch impressive amounts at auction. While the exact value can fluctuate based on market conditions and the specific quality of the coin, you can generally expect it to sell anywhere from $26,000. Rarely, especially well-preserved specimens can exceed this range. Recent auction results have shown that the demand for this coin remains strong. For example, a particularly well-preserved D-era dime recently sold for around $28,463, reflecting the high interest among collectors and investors alike. To put this in perspective, while many Roosevelt dimes from other years can be worth only a few dollars, the 1977 D-era stands out due to its rarity and the specific era that occurred. It's these kinds of unique attributes that make coin collecting such an exciting hobby. If you have a 1977 Roosevelt dime or are thinking of adding one to your collection, it's essential to verify its authenticity and condition. Professional grading services can provide an accurate assessment, which is crucial for determining its true market value. When evaluating the condition of a coin, consider factors like wear and tear, scratches, and the clarity of the mint mark. Authenticating your coin involves checking for known characteristics of the D-era and comparing it with certified examples. Next up, the most expensive Roosevelt dimes ever sold at auction, the 1969 D large date in fine condition. If you're a fan of rare coins or just curious about the history behind them, this video is for you. The Roosevelt dime, first minted in 1946, was created to honor the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt. But today, we're not just talking about any Roosevelt dime. We're focusing on a specific version from 1969 that has caught the eye of collectors worldwide, the 1969 D large date dime. So, what makes the 1969 D Roosevelt dime with a large date and D mint mark so special? First, let's break down the key features. The D mint mark indicates that this coin was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the main mints in the United States. But the real allure comes from the large date feature. In 1969, there were two distinct varieties of the Roosevelt dime, the regular date and the large date. The large date variety has numerals that appear slightly larger and more pronounced compared to the regular version. This subtle difference might seem insignificant to the untrained eye, but for coin enthusiasts, it's a key detail that sets this coin apart. So why does the large date matter so much? Well, it all comes down to rarity and demand. Coins with unique features or variations, like the large date, often become highly sought after by collectors, and when demand outweighs supply, prices can skyrocket. Let's talk about value. How much is a 1969 D large date Roosevelt dime in fine condition worth in today's auction market? As of now, this particular coin can fetch quite a significant sum. In fine condition, which indicates some wear but all major details are still visible, the 1969 D large date dime can sell for anywhere from $63,000, depending on the specific characteristics of the coin and the demand at auction. But why would someone pay thousands of dollars for a dime, you ask? Well, for collectors, it's not just about the face value of the coin. It's about the history, the rarity, and the story behind it. The 1969 large date dime represents a piece of American history and a testament to the craftsmanship and variations that can occur even in modern coinage. 1969 was a significant year in American history. The Vietnam War was in full swing, the Apollo 11 moon landing captured the world's imagination, and the Woodstock Festival became an iconic moment of the counterculture movement. Coins minted in this era carry with them the weight and memory of these pivotal events, adding another layer of value to collectors. The 1969 large date dime isn't the only Roosevelt dime that's caught the eye of collectors. Other rare varieties, such as the 1949S or the 1950S, also fetch high prices at auctions. But the 1969 large date stands out due to its unique combination of rarity, condition, and market demand. So, if you're lucky enough to come across a 1969 large date Roosevelt dime, especially in fine condition, hold on to it. It could be a hidden treasure worth thousands of dollars at auction. Before we wrap up, here's a quick tip for all aspiring numismatists out there: always check your change. You never know when you might find a rare coin like the 1969 large date dime right in your pocket. Next up, the 1982 Roosevelt dime in dirty condition. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're talking about a coin that's managed to command a staggering price despite its less than pristine appearance. Stick around to find out how this unassuming dime could potentially be worth a small fortune. First, let's set the stage with some basics. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and it's been a staple in American coinage ever since. The 1982 Roosevelt dime features the familiar profile of Roosevelt on the obverse, while the reverse shows a torch flanked by olive branches and oak branches. The D mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint. Now, you might be wondering, why is a 1982 Roosevelt dime, especially one in dirty condition, so valuable? Let's dive deeper into the factors that contribute to its extraordinary value. Typically, the value of a coin is heavily influenced by its condition, known as its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state with numerous levels in between. Generally, a dirty coin, which is one that has not been cleaned or handled properly, would be expected to fetch a lower price. However, exceptions do exist. In the case of the 1982 Roosevelt dime, the dirty condition might initially suggest a lower value. Yet, due to a combination of rarity demand among collectors and unique market conditions, this coin has defied conventional expectations. So, what's the current auction market value for this dime? As of today, the 1982 Roosevelt dime in dirty condition has been known to fetch an impressive price. Recent auctions have seen these coins sell for anywhere from $286,000, with some exceptional examples even exceeding this range. This high value can be attributed to several factors. The 1982 dime is relatively rare in higher grades, and those in lower dirty conditions can sometimes attract collectors due to their unique characteristics or historical significance. Additionally, certain coins with anomalies or unique features can drive up prices significantly. You might be curious why collectors would pay a premium for a coin that isn't in pristine condition. The answer lies in the uniqueness of each coin. Coins with unusual wear patterns, specific historical significance, or even those that come from particular batches can be highly sought after. For some collectors, the character of a dirty coin adds to its appeal. In fact, dirty coins sometimes tell a story of their own, capturing moments from history that might be overlooked in more pristine examples. This allure of history and rarity can sometimes drive up the value beyond what you'd expect. If you're a coin collector or thinking about diving into this hobby, here are a few tips. Always research the market and auction trends, keep an eye on unique or rare examples, and consider the historical context of the coins you're interested in. Next up, 1984 Roosevelt dime with a unique era, specifically the P mint mark in circulated condition. We'll explore its historical background, the significance of its era, and its astonishing value in today's auction market. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. First, let's set the stage with a bit of history. The Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946, was designed by the renowned artist John R. Sinnock. This coin honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt, known for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The Roosevelt dime is a staple in American coinage, widely recognized for its classic design featuring Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. Now, onto the 1984 Roosevelt dime. This particular year is known for a notable minting error. But as you may know, the Philadelphia Mint, where this coin was produced, typically does not use a mint mark for its dimes. However, in this rare instance, some 1984 dimes were struck with a P mint mark, which is unusual because the Philadelphia Mint traditionally only uses the P mint mark for cents and quarters. The presence of this mint mark on a Roosevelt dime is an error, making these coins extremely valuable and collectible. To add to the intrigue, the coins with this error were released into circulation, meaning they can be found in everyday transactions, albeit rarely. So, what's the value of a 1984 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark in circulated condition? As of today, these error coins have generated significant interest among collectors. Depending on the coin's condition and the extent of the error, prices can vary. In general, a circulated 1984 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark might fetch anywhere from $56,000 at auction. However, it's worth noting that pristine examples or coins with less visible wear could command even higher prices, sometimes reaching up to $76,000 or more. The exact value can fluctuate based on market demand and the specific characteristics of the coin being auctioned. Identifying this error coin involves careful examination. Look closely at the reverse of the dime where the mint mark should appear. If you find a P mint mark on a 1984 dime, you might have a valuable piece on your hands. For verification, consider consulting with a professional numismatist or using grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) or Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS). To wrap up, the 1984 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark is a remarkable example of how errors in coin production can lead to highly coveted collectibles. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, keeping an eye out for these unique pieces can be a rewarding experience. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.